look at us. Here we are. And it's Gwen.
Hello.
In the hot seat, which is fantastic. And and we've got 2 pieces of mail, and we don't have any packages, so we don't have to get the slicey thing out, which is good.
That's my best.
We're on the stabby thing, and that's us, and it's super. So we're opening Carlene's mail, but I think before we do Carlene's mail, you can give us an update on your mother.
She's doing fine. Saw her this afternoon in the hospital. She's in ICU. She's entertaining the staff down there.
That's the polite way to put it.
I know, isn't it? They clearly are having fun with it down there, or they act like they are. But Janine and I stopped at Michael's craft store on the way there and took some of the Service Dog Project calendars from years past and took the pictures out and put them in picture frames and then brought 5 of them with us to the hospital, and they were thrilled. They were thrilled. So she's doing well. She was sitting up in a chair beside the bed, so, and she could hear really well, which is the thing that surprised me. I said, "Mom, do you have your hearing aids in?" And she said, "No." And I said, "Well, what medicine are they giving you? Because she can hear really well."
Oh no!
Which is not
our experience. No, that's really funny.
Yeah, it was weird. I said, "Whatever they're giving you, you need to keep taking it because it's making your hearing better."
Oh, do you know what it is? I bet you it's when they bounced her out the door, bounced her down the slope into the ambulance, and then we bounced through every pothole. It's probably knocked something loose. So this is going to be a new experience for us.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, it'll be interesting to see if it stays that way when she comes home, because it's made it very different from what I'm used to.
Right. Okay, we're all in trouble now. Have you got a take? No, you've just got a bit of slimy stuff. Okay, have at it. Yeah, well, that's actually interesting.
Yeah, so Janine and I were at the hospital, and we had Carl in the car with us, and she was adamant that we bring Carl inside, so we did. And
I actually can't believe you got Carl into an ICU.
We didn't bring him in at first, but of course Mom asked the staff and everything, and they all went, "Oh!" So Janine went and got him and brought him in, and it was very entertaining. Everyone was thrilled, and Carl behaved beautifully, so that was nice.
Well, do you know the other thing? It's really funny because the day that they took her, so they came to find us in the waiting room with your mother on a gurney after she'd had the operation. So she was obviously like all over the place, and so they said, "So we'll take you up to ICU, just follow us." So we went along behind the gurney. And, your mother on the stretcher with the things up, and we're like, "Oh, this is not good." And we went up in the elevator, and they got her situated in, and they said, "So we'll take her, and there's a few medical procedures we have to do, so we'll leave you in the waiting room." The waiting room was silent. There was nobody else there. It was fantastic. So we went through horses, donkeys and mules and decided what we were doing, what we had capacity for. So we did all the ERN business while waiting there.
Good.
And then Janine said, we've got another 20 minutes. There's a Starbucks downstairs. So we went downstairs to the Starbucks, got our second coffee of the morning, and it came up when we were going, and the woman came in and she said, "Anyway, so we were talking about dogs at that point," and she went, "Oh, what kind of dogs?" We were like, "Oh, Great Danes." And what she does is she takes the animals round the nursing homes, the assisted. Oh. We'd love that. And I'm like, oh gosh, here we are, getting her another job while she's out for the count. So I think we've got her signed up for another job in Beverly.
She'll be so happy.
She'll be like, excellent. so that's absolutely super. So she's, is she going down into the other wards?
They would like her to.
They would like her to.
We asked that. No, I don't know if they're going to be moving her, but she's doing really well. When I saw her last night, I got in last night, and she seemed heavily medicated.
Yes.
But she was much more clear today. So
yes.
She didn't seem to be in much pain. She has a sore throat, but they have not mentioned moving her. So I don't know.
I bet you it's the filter. Janine changed the filter in the CPAP. It's probably working far better, and she's got sore throat. Far too much of the good air going in now. I'm used to the dust. It's taking the coating off.
Well, we had to spend time today on the mask that she's wearing for the oxygen. Mm-hmm. It's a plastic thing that goes over, and it's got a tube attached to it, but there's holes all around the edge of it, where I guess the CPAP fits more like covered and it's vented. So she was adamant that this oxygen thing was poorly designed by someone who didn't know what they were doing. So we had to go over that.
Did you not just take some of her really sticky masking tape and put it over the holes?
You know what? I mean, I'm going to bring some with me.
Take it with her, and she can do it herself. It can be a craft exercise.
Yeah, that's a great idea, because I also brought her monkey fist bag.
I know, because she's going to need something to do. Otherwise, she's going to drive herself.
No, everyone else.
Yes, but she needs something to do. Otherwise, she'll be finding projects.
Yes, she's already redesigned the workflow down there in the ICU.
Excellent.
She's got it all figured out.
Yeah, exactly. And what they don't realise is she doesn't sleep. Well,
as you and I both know.
Exactly. Exactly. They'll be like, does this woman stop? No, she doesn't. She just goes non-stop.
That's correct.
Yeah. She'll be tying knots in the tubes, trying to get cleared monkey fists. That would be nice.
Well, she handed out a few while I was down there, because I brought her the bag, and there was a bunch clipped on the outside of the bag. And so she immediately gave them to the staff that was there tending to us, and they each clipped one on their ID badge.
Well, you know what? It must be nice to have somebody who's a complete individual and full of personality and character, and obviously still trying to get her appendix removed from the wrong side of her body, I might add. But that's something, that's maybe she's enjoying her stay and is just wanting to prolong it. And she's working up to getting all 3 dogs in with her.
Oh my God. She wanted me to come and bring Larkey. In fact, she's going to be disappointed when I don't bring him tonight. I'm just not.
She'll be like, you can go.
Yeah, like, why are you here?
Exactly.
I said, I told Janine, I'll come tomorrow with her, and we can each bring one in, and I'm okay with that. But I'm not going myself with Larkey, because that seems like an advanced assignment for someone that's not used to doing it.
No. Yes. No.
Especially with that one, because I hear he's a problem. Larkey?
Well, he's a total social bunny. It'll be like, I know she's in there, but I'm going to go and see her, him, her, them, everyone.
No, I'll go with Janine tomorrow with one, but I'm not bringing one tonight.
And then you can work up to the donkey and the chicken. Yeah.
She was disappointed that we didn't have a donkey with us today.
She's probably told everyone, if we're really lucky and we behave, we'll get a donkey. And wait till you see the chicken.
Oh, God.
You're just so lucky she didn't get her bar cart for the chicken. She's found this glass bar cart with a handle at the back, and what she wants to do is push the chicken sitting on top of the bar cart so everybody can see it. I don't think there's any drinks involved or anything. It's just the chicken that sits on this clear thing and gets pushed in so everyone can watch the chicken. This is the chicken that wouldn't perform for chicken chatting. So it's probably quite a reliable chicken to take. We hope. Anyway, see, I don't know why you're living in North Carolina.
I have no idea.
There's so much going on up here. Right. Well, I love glasses. Anyway, Jan Gerhold, this lady's amazing. She sends one of these cards in every single day. And this one was posted on the 30th of the 10th. Yeah.
Just a few days ago.
Yeah.
Where is she from? Do we get to say?
She is from there in Indianapolis.
Indiana.
Close?
Close.
Not that close.
No, Indianapolis is a city.
Yeah. Oh, see, that wasn't that bad.
It's not that bad.
I've had worse moments. So what this lady does is she sends $1 for the Fun Fund, and she sends us poo pickers, and the poo pickers have little quotes and things on them.
Okay.
So I have to read this. Okay. It says, in Salem, West Virginia, it's against the law to eat candy less than 1.5 hours before church services. Okay.
I heard that you shouldn't eat before swimming, but I didn't know about candy in church.
Maybe that's if they're going to do these baptisms, I don't know. That would make sense, or maybe it's, actually, I know what it is. What it will be is they don't want children who are on a sugar high in church.
Oh,
that's actually very sensible.
Plausible.
That stops children coming in with sticky fingers and going, woohoo! Yeah, I think that should
only
be...
someone with children would know that.
Yeah, well, yes. In North Dakota, pretzels can't be served with beer.
What?
That's wrong.
That's wrong.
These North Dakotans don't know what they're missing. In Farmington, Connecticut, cows have the same rights on the roads as motorists.
Huh.
They haven't seen Elvis then. Can you imagine getting stuck in a queue behind Elvis, who ambles along? Oh, well, yes. So we'll not be going to Farmington in Connecticut anytime soon. Thank you so very much for those. And our other piece of mail has come from Eileen Capps, and this is from California. Clovis, California. Clovis, California. Now, here we go. Rightio. Oh my gosh. That's a Halloween card. Here we go. Smile, it's Halloween. Thank you. Oh, excellent. Now this will be money for the Fun Fund. Put that there. To Carlene, wishing a great day to someone who can light up every face. And that's from Eileen. Thank you very much. She will be delighted. You better take these in. Otherwise, I'll get into trouble.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll be with me.
Yes, that's absolutely super. There you go. Passed for safekeeping. And I shall do the envelopes so we know that they're empty. And then we have to, because I'll get into trouble if I don't do this. This $2 goes in the little docket for poor Judy, who probably comes in and goes, what's she putting in my docket now? I just say, that looks like a Judy job.
Right, okay.
Pop it in there. So that's us all settled and organised. And this weekend, because obviously it's Friday today, this weekend I'm really hoping I can get a chicken run set up.
Oh, is it?
Yes, I've had a wonderful cunning plan.
I see the board up there.
Yes.
Does that get reused?
No.
Or you number it out? Is that why there's a roll of paper on top of it? Oh my.
And I have kept, I did say, maybe we should use one of those pens that you can erase. But no, we did it with permanent marker.
Oh my.
Twice. So we have to, a lady sent in a roll of paper. So before, this is the Henny Penny board. So before we have to roll the paper out, draw the lines, and then get all the randomised numbers on. It's quite the process.
I can't even look at the numbers, the randomized numbers like that. That just, it's the kind of thing I have trouble with.
Yes, I think there's actually a better system, and I'm sure what it is putting down the numbers that we've got to put on the board, and then you can do it on the computer and it prints out the numbers in a random pattern. So what we're doing at the moment is Carly takes a certain band of numbers, I take the other band of numbers, and then your mother gets in the action with a blue pen and says, I'll do the last ones. And you're like, what number was I on? So we're all going around the board counting. We're like 556, 557, and then you have to do another bit over another side. It's like, you know those puppies that go round a bowl? You know, eating round the bowl. Yeah. It's like us, we're going round the board, apart from your mother, who sits at this end, because she's on her, she's in her chair, and we're like, oh, and we're always late. So.
And this is happening on Sunday?
No, we've done it. You're fine.
Okay, because I'm like, I don't know.
You're like, I don't think I can cope with this. No, so that gets done on the last day of the month, because we try not to stand on service dogs' toes, because they also do a similar thing, but on, I can't remember, I think they might be the first day of the month, so. Or the first Sunday of the month. So we do it. So ours fell on Halloween.
So you did it in costume?
Yeah, we were dressed up as goats.
Oh.
Because, well, actually, we were dressed up. So we wore, when the goats go out, they wear fake flowers around their necks.
Yes, I've seen that.
So we just popped them on.
Okay.
Yeah, at which point, that was definitely dressing up as goats. And Larkey was like, you smell like the goats. And we were like, yes, thank you.
That makes sense. Dressing up as goats. Okay, now I get it.
Yeah. Your mum had brought, you know, the big chicken suit that's Janine's, the big hairy one?
Yes.
And her legs were sore. She said, I am absolutely not wearing that. And I thought, well, I overheat. I am not wearing it. And we looked at Carly. And Carly wasn't wearing it either. So we just went with our chicken costumes, which was a very good idea, I thought. So that's great. So we're hoping to get the chickens moved at some point soon. I'm going to be organising that. And if we can get the camera in position, people can watch the chickens as well, because I think I've got a different place. I'm actually not going to use the chicken house, because I went down and had a look at it, and I think it's actually, I don't think it is a chicken house. I think it's actually been a barn.
What? Down here?
Ah, down there. I think we can have it as an in and out barn. Way down there,
Tea tent?
behind it.
Yeah, they used to be in there. You're talking about that place?
Yes, but you know, right, so when the chicken house is at that little bit there,
Yeah.
you see the structure that's behind that's got all the gubbins that people have popped in there.
Pieces of lawnmowers and
Oh,
whatnot?
yes, those things. Those really important things. That is actually a barn structure. And it's solid, because I gave it a kick. And because Janine said to me, oh no, it's pieced together, it's going to fall down. And I went in and I gave it a good shuggle, and it wasn't even rattling.
What is it, a shuggle?
Shuggle, a good shake, like that. So I shuggled it, and I was
New
thinking,
word today.
yes, I'm like, this is actually a pretty strong structure.
Oh, so you're going to put it so the chickens can go in there?
No, I'm not. So I'm going to redeploy that for things with 4 legs. Not dogs. Hairy things. Probably donkeys.
Speaking of that, did I tell you what I found under my pillow this morning?
I don't think I want to know.
Oh my God, I woke up I got here last night, I peeled back the sheets, I always stay upstairs.
Yeah, and nobody's been up there since.
Right, and the note that I left last time I was here said the sheets are clean, 10/1/23, Gwen. I'm like, okay, cool.
Good. Did it myself.
I peeled back the sheets, I saw a couple of dark spots, and in the morning, I woke up and there was a lot of them in the bed. And I went looking for where they were coming from, and I picked up the pillow, and there's a big pile of them under the pillow, about the size of the palm of my hand. It wasn't poop.
What was it?
It wasn't bugs. It was seeds of some sort.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know.
They're not ticks.
No, they definitely were not bugs. Definitely weren't bugs. Definitely wasn't poop. It was seeds. So I said, so I stripped the bed and washed everything and vacuumed up there, and I don't know, I'll have to give another report tomorrow. Oh
my God.
I know.
Do you think there's been a squirrel in?
I don't know. But I threw them all out, and Janine said today, I ruined the storage. So some poor little animal has been carrying one seed at a time up there for the last month, and I threw them all out today.
And now we'll be like, oh, why have we got that wee hungry chipmunk? I'll be like, that was Gwen. Oh, I don't know what's coming. Is the window still open?
No.
See, that window was open for a while.
Yeah. Now I get this
See,
info.
now, yeah.
So there's actually something moved in during that time.
Yeah, but it's moved out just now, so you're fine.
Oh, God.
Unless it chooses to move back in again, at which point we can, yes, we can just, do you know what I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to answer questions. I'm sitting here going, blah, blah, blah.
I see words going by.
You don't happen to have a phone?
I do.
Could you go to the Goldy's Farm Facebook page so I can check the questions? Okay. Honestly, I knew there was something I was supposed to do.
Please.
Oh dear. See, your mother's away and we go all off kilter.
Oh, wait, go to Facebook and go
Yes.
to some? Okay.
Yes, please.
Wait, I don't have my right glasses on.
Oh. So yes, that's another common theme. We've lost the basket of glasses. There's normally a massive basket.
I know. I've fed from that basket many times.
Yes.
Through the 1.0 all the way up to the 3.5.
Yeah. Well, it's disappeared for a bit. Have you been to Building 25 yet?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's probably there.
Along with everything else.
I'm not on the Wi-Fi here.
Oh, Janine's got her very special Wi-Fi.
Yes,
Did you find it?
I've got the info on that, but I usually use the Explore Wi-Fi, so one moment, please.
Shh.
I mean...
This is my thingy. There we go. Or should be all back now.
Oh, I'm good. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I just joined automatically because last time I was
right.
here, that's what I used.
Oh, but we've had Verizon issues left, right, and centre. Verizon doesn't like us very much.
I know. Right.
Do you want to read them, or would you like me to read them? You
Well,
have to turn the volume down.
Okay.
This is a beginner's guide.
Yeah. Gwen looks like Carlene, but Janine has her personality. Thank you. We've always said.
Oh, no. I've got to tell you, this is the most hysterical thing. So obviously I went with your mother in the ambulance. Got out the ambulance. I'm carrying the bag, right? You know, the polythene bag with, I need to take my jacket off.
Oh,
there
yeah,
you go.
yeah.
And I'm like, the bag is ringing. Oh, my phone's in the pocket. Okay. So I'm tasked with the bag. So I'm sitting there, and she couldn't hear. At that point, she couldn't hear. And she's saying to me, ask her. So she's saying to anybody that comes in with a question, ask her. And I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm qualified to answer these questions. I'm like, okay, I'll try. And so she kept coming. And then somebody came in, a doctor came in, they said, right, so we're talking about the procedure. And I'm like, yes. And your mother's at this point had morphine and fentanyl. And nothing's taking the edge off the pain, but her eyes were rolling. She's like, whoa, and she kept saying things to me, and I'm thinking, it's working. I don't think it's killing the pain, but it's doing something.
Doing something.
Yeah. So they were asking me all these questions, and then they asked me the killer question. So are you her daughter? And I'm like, and I didn't like to say no, that I was the next door neighbour, and that I'd just come along for the ride. And I'm thinking, they're going to put me out. And if I go out, she's going to go, Elizabeth, I can't hear them. And then I'll have to go back in and say, I really need to be here because she doesn't hear well. So I was sort of like, no, I'm not her daughter. And they went, oh, so you're the granddaughter? And I went, no.
But thank you.
I was like, no, really not. Isn't that hysterical? They obviously didn't have from the basket of glasses at that time in the morning. But anyway, there we go.
Somebody said, Hilda said, I can sleep on my mom's chair. Noted. I just might.
Well, actually, no, I wouldn't sleep on there because you know why the chair wasn't working?
What?
No, it had chewed wires.
Oh, no, I did not hear that.
Okay.
I didn't, really?
Yeah, so you're better up there.
Okay, then I will not be in the chair.
Yeah.
Maybe birds brought seeds in, a squirrel, as long as it's moved out, chipmunk visited. How long do they think Carlene will be in the hospital? I don't know, but she was a lot better today than she was yesterday.
Yeah.
I remember finding seeds under the couch cushions. Never saw the critter. Can someone let me know what the answer is to the stove being hooked up?
Yeah. So the stove obviously has gone on the back burner, shall we say. It's got to be moved forward. I think we have to put a metal shield on the wall, and then it's just 4 screws to attach it up in the ceiling. But Janine's actually on it, not the stove itself, but she will be on it.
They could say, Emma says, they could say we're going to cut your head off when really out of it on morphine, and you would agree.
Well, I think that's why she decided I would answer the questions, because quite frankly, we were having some fun.
Praying, lots of prayers, lots of hearts. But that looks like it for questions, unless I'm not doing it right.
I don't know. I'm very confused with questions. Oh, somebody says it's a chipmunk. That will be good. So, I actually thought she would have been out of
ICU?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Well,
you know, it seems funny because they said maybe 24 hours, but maybe they're having super fun with her.
I don't know. I see questions going by on the screen there. How come?
Yeah, I know. Oh. So they actually they were very, very careful with both her breathing issues, because she has sleep apnea, doesn't she? Mm-hmm. So I told them that she had sleep apnea. I also told her that she used a CPAP, and they were monitoring her blood pressure really closely. So they started her on morphine, and the blood pressure was really so erratic. It was quite worrying, and then they put her onto fentanyl, obviously at an appropriate dose. So yeah, they were extremely careful with all of her medical issues. So yes, are you organising anything, Gwen?
Well, you know, the things I organized last time that I were here seem to have been undone.
I said that to Janine. I said Gwen's going to come back here and say, "Where's everything?" Because your mother did a massive clear out. I've got some of it in my basement if you want it back, quite frankly.
I just organized what was here. One of the things was
do you know what she gave me?
What?
You know the big tub
of saran wraps? And
do you know where it is?
over there?
Yes.
Oh dear.
And just about every packet of it is open. And I'm like, I don't go through saran wrap like this. And so it's all in drawers over there. I was like, right, great, thanks.
Well, This time when I came up, my suitcase was only half full, so I have capacity to bring stuff home with me. So I'm looking around to see what things I might organize into my suitcase.
Yes.
But my project tomorrow is going to be to make a big pot of stew,
Right.
chicken stew, and portion it up and put it in the freezer.
Oh,
I
that's
bought the
good.
stuff today.
I thought you were going to say start on building 25. I was like, good luck.
Oh no,
we'll see you in a
that
week.
ship has sailed. I found something I like down there, and I'm bringing
Did you?
home. Yeah.
Oh, even better. Oh yes.
This will look great on my kitchen counter. My house is very colorful, and I've always liked this. And I found it down in 25 today, and I said, "You're coming home with me."
Because you know, the longer it stays in 25, the more chance it's got of getting broken.
Yep, it
Because-
has a chip in it, and I colored it in with the marker, so now you
Excellent,
can't
even
even tell.
better.
So good.
Because everybody's answer to it is, we've lost this, is, have you had a rummage in building 25?
Well, today, big news today. There's a big monitor upstairs. I work remotely. I have brought my laptop, but last time I was here, I couldn't hook up the monitor because it was missing a cable, missing the power cable. So, at home in North Carolina yesterday, I said, "Oh, that monitor is missing power cable." So I brought one, but it didn't fit.
Oh.
So today I started looking around here. I found something over there, and it fits and it works. Wow.
Well, I tell you the most ridiculous thing. So for your mum, she said to me, I can never see what's going on Facebook. I can never see what's going on YouTube. And I can never see what's going on the website. And I went, right, okay, I'm going to open you 3 tabs. Just don't close them. So I opened her up 2 tabs, and I went on to do the Facebook so she could watch the barn camera. Mm-hmm. I clicked on the Facebook link, and the computer started going, oh, you've got a virus, you're doing this, you're doing that. I couldn't get anything closed down. I was like, I've broken her computer. This is not going to go down well.
Turn it off and walk away.
I tried everything. I was like, oh, this is really bad. Now, not being a very computer literate person, I was like, what do I do? Carly, what do I do? She went, I phoned my dad. So she phoned her dad. He said, you have to phone Apple. So I got a very patient man in Apple. And of course, I'm so backwards. I use an iPad, right, and a phone. I'm like, where's the tower to switch it on and off, right? And I said to the man, I know this is really silly. All I've got is a screen and a keyboard. I don't know where the on and off button is. I said, is there a tower thing? He went, no, ma'am, it's an Apple Mac. I was like, right. No. And I'm like, well, that means nothing to me. I said, so where is the on and off button? And he went, it's on the back and the lower left-hand side. So it's all, your mother's got lots of things piled around it. So I've got my hand going down the side. And I'm thinking, I can't find anything that feels like an on and off button.
But you felt something nibbling your fingers, right?
No, I didn't. Not then. No, I was like, right, there must be. I said, is it definitely on the left-hand side? He went, yes, ma'am. I'll wait till you find it. I'm like, damn it. So it had a bit of that sticky masking tape over it. How was I supposed to find it when there was a bit of sticky masking tape over it? So eventually I did all the instructions and I got it back and going. But honest to goodness, I didn't realise the whole thing was contained in the computer screen. So it's modern technology for you. It was great. So there you are. I'm glad you found yours. You could have used this.
No, I can't, because I can't work on an Apple. I'm a Mac person. I mean, a PC person.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that. I can't work on either. Yes, she does have her Sudoku book. And it is the Sudoku book with the big numbers. No, that's the small numbers. She doesn't like that one.
Oh, I was going to bring that to her.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Janine, I gave Janine her other Sudoku book. It's the one with the big numbers.
All right,
it's
be
got
down
her pen on it. Okay. And so she's got that. And her glasses. I sent her the glasses at work. Okay. So she should be good for that. So Jiminy did really well. And the reason I know Jiminy did really well staying at home was because I met him in Tractor Supply car park. Oh. Not by himself, he was with Judy.
Right, yeah.
And they had picked up salmon stick snacks for Jiminy, and he was working his way through them. So he was actually quite happy. And she had him working with, walking on the appropriate side, at speed, and doing everything he should do. So that's super. The dogs are sleeping. Really sleeping and snoring, and I'm not moving this thing because every time I do it, it does funny things.
You should have heard them this morning. When I
snore.
discovered the seeds under my pillow, my first reaction was to leap out of bed and scream, which I did. It was 4 o'clock in the morning, and they woke them all up, and then there was barking for a good 5 minutes.
Oh, at least.
I didn't know that would happen.
At least when the emergency services came round, we had a fire truck with flashing lights. We had a police car with flashing lights and an ambulance all outside here. And your mum's dogs were all taken into the back. Carly had them all under control and they were perfect. My dogs, however, it was like the wild rabble from inside the house. And I'm sitting there and the guy said, "Is that the service dogs?" I'm like, "No, that's just my house." And Ava said to me, "I think the dogs are all up." And I'm like, "They are."
Yeah, no kidding.
I was like, and they don't settle down very quickly.
Today I brought the vacuum cleaner upstairs to vacuum up the
Yes.
sink. And I'm up there vacuuming, and it took me a minute to realize I'm used to vacuuming with 4 corgis barking at me.
Yeah. You're like,
And then these guys didn't move it
you're
on.
like, this is so relaxing.
Nice.
Oh, dearie me. So the dogs are all sleeping just now and they are snoring. And yes, so no, they did not take her appendix out. I don't think there is anything wrong with her appendix.
No. Well, you know more than me, but that was never mentioned.
No. It was really funny. She kept saying, "So this is my appendix. So you've got to remember it's on the wrong side of my body." And I know it's on the wrong side of my body. I'm going, "Right, okay." And I'm saying, "Is there any chance it's the appendix?" And they said, "No." And I'm like, "Okay." So then she said, "Anyway, so while we're doing this, my appendix is on the wrong side of my body. Make sure you take it out." I'm like,
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Is that before or after the morphine?
no, that was before. And during. And then after. And that's why she's probably so disappointed she's still got her appendix. She'll be like, "Oh, she is in a private room." Yes.
Yeah, she's in a private room.
Yeah. And they've probably had to put her in there because she's got all these visitors. What are advanced directives when she went in? Is that like a DNR?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because we're on a full resuscitation program, and she was going down fighting if there was any chance of that.
Yeah.
So no. But they did actually ask if she had a DNR, and she does not. So we knew she was coming back in some way, shape, or form, fighting with her appendix. So yes, so that was all very clearly documented as well. They're asking where you live in North Carolina.
In Asheville.
That's up in the hills, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all the way west, almost in Tennessee. I live about a 15-minute drive from the center of Asheville. Actually, I have a view of it from my deck.
Oh.
I have a long-range view of the Blue Ridge Mountains in Asheville.
Are you next door to the Vanderbilt property?
Yes, very close.
Yes. That would be nice. That means they'll keep the roads open for everybody going up to that place. Excellent. I think so. Your mum, the prizes that she's sending out are these donkey toothpick holders that are from an antique that she actually has.
Yes.
Betsy, I think. Mm-hmm. So I think she found them, and I think she did find them in Building 25. I think she asked Betsy to shine them up because they're pewter. So they are actually out. The ones from this month are out, and I'm hoping people get them soon and let us know whether or not they're soon. Yeah. This lady says, "Can you imagine?" Oh, sorry, can I just pop that down?
Yeah.
This lady says, "Can you imagine if your mother had a roommate?"
No.
I can. They'd be like, "Just hold the end of this string. I'm getting the marble out." This is how you do it. That would be really quite funny. And then they could share the dogs. It would be nice. I know this is exactly right. In the UK, you very often have 6 people on a ward and they close the curtains, but you can hear absolutely everything.
I can imagine.
I can remember being on a maternity ward more than once and and I was always admitted because I had preeclampsia, so you were in sometimes 6 months in advance, and there was all these people coming in. And if that didn't scare you about the birth process, listening to people in early labour, I don't know what was. So when they're trying to keep your blood pressure down, you're like, this is the wrong place for it. Totally. You're like, oh my God, that sounds so painful. You're almost in tears for them. Anyway, that was exciting. Oh, you could take her a whoopie pie. She would appreciate that. They're in the freezer.
I know I ate half of one last night, but I got scared because I didn't know how old it was.
Oh no, they're brand new. And they're frozen. This lady, she sends them in. And they've only been here for about a week and they're frozen. So they arrive frozen and then we freeze them. Totes brand new. And good to eat.
I'm going to finish the one I started last night. Right now.
There you go. Oh no! We need to have a puppy for her when she comes home. I don't think the dogs would be very pleased if we had a puppy for her. There you go. Excellent. You finish that now safely and feel good about it.
I got scared last night.
Maybe it's probably bits of that were on the bed.
I do.
So, no, we can't have a puppy for her because can you imagine her coming home and the 3 dogs would be like, my mother's been away and now there's this blinking puppy. I think there might be uproar. No. Oh, advanced directives are more detailed than a DNR. I bet she's got all of this in place and it's all actually in her medical record. In fact, so much so, it's actually so interconnected that her doctor, who she kept telling me her primary care was this name, and I was like, right, okay, and I'm thinking, I don't know why the primary care would be involved in this emergency situation. And then the next thing is, 5 minutes later, the doctor phoned. And she said, this is Dr. Such and Such. I'm just checking in on Carlene. I'm like, oh, I've got her here. But you can't speak to her. So there.
Wow.
So wasn't that quite? She said, I'm monitoring her progress online.
Oh, that's cool. I bet she doesn't know that.
No, we'll tell her that.
People aren't paying attention.
Well, that's what the woman was. This was pre-operation. She knew everything that was going on.
I'm going to tell her that because her thing last night was they're not paying attention.
Yes, I did tell her at the time that I had the doctor on the phone, and I said, "Do you want to speak to her?" And she said, "No, you speak to her." So I did. I tell you, we've had some fun, and it can be fun now because we're kind of out of the woods.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny at the time.
No, it was not funny at the time.
But we just had everybody paddling the canoe in a circle, and it was it just kept going.
It definitely takes a village.
Oh my God. It takes many residents, I'm telling you. I tell you, the number of people through that room, because there was 2 shifts of staff, and the number of people through the room, and all the people that were coming in, you know, as into the ER and getting processed, then leaving, and we were still sitting there, and there was, you know, all the anaesthetists. They bring the people who are the nursing staff to do with like the doctor, and then the nurse that's going to be working alongside the doctor comes as well. And your mother was fantastic because they kept asking the same questions, and you know, she just kept answering them, which was good, because it was getting quite involved. And they didn't take her appendix out because they didn't believe her, evidently, which was quite a relief. Oh dear. So we are going to have. Are you staying for the weekend?
Yes.
What a treat.
I'm trying to figure out how I can go home Monday morning.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. It's going to involve an early trip to the airport.
Oh,
which
always
is
nice.
Yeah.
No. But at least you've got very direct flights, haven't you?
There's a couple of options for flying direct on American from Boston to Asheville. It's seasonal, so they stop it from like Thanksgiving to...
Oh, just in time.
Exactly.
Perfect timing.
But I can still get one on Monday.
Well, do you know the other... Nick was just... Oh, no, it wasn't. It was... Janine was saying to me that to get to... Because you know how when you go to Aiken, you have to go into Charlotte and then Davy Field. And Charlotte's a hub for American, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So you have to go into Charlotte and then you have to go to Davy Field and then Janine has to come pick you up. And she loves that. And she said that now what you can do is you can fly to Atlanta and then you get you transfer up on a bus, I think. It takes 2 hours. That's not bad because by the time you've hung around the airport and the flight's been delayed, and that's quite a good thing, I think. Janine likes buses. Oh dear. Yes. Well, what we're actually hoping, this lady's saying that we need to consult a disability civil engineer to figure out solutions for the front door. She's going in the back entrance now. She's been banned from the front door.
That door?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because it's broken?
No, because she bashes herself off it
Oh.
when she's swinging on a rope. So she's been totally banned from that, and she's going in the back door, which is going to be the safer option until it snows. I have no idea. We're going to be pulling her up in a sledge. The snow is just brutal, and it's brutal for all of the properties on here, to be honest with you, because the driveway gets a bit squishy. So we'll work that out. And ultimately, this is just a short-term plan anyway, because we'll be having to redesign down the hill for her to very specific specifications, with a pizza slot, so she can get her pizza deliveries.
Oh, right.
She's thought of it all. Honestly, this is advanced planning. The pizza slot has to be fully operational before she gets in. I'm like, excellent. Maybe we'll have to lift the flap and say, "Are you ready for visitors?" And I don't think it works both ways, so I don't think you open it up and you get something back.
Probably not.
No. I think it's just deliver everything here. So that's, I think ultimately the long-term plan is going to be, we'll use the back door in the interim, deliver her into the house safely. She's not allowed to play with ropes hanging from ceilings for a while. And then we should hopefully be in the planning stage for her moving down the hill, which will be great. So electric fence over the front door so she can't use it. That wouldn't stop her. I'm sorry. You've got to remember, I'm actually convinced, you know how she had that problem with the lift and she was electrocuted in the lift?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know her fingers don't work on these phones. I think she jinxes things. I think she's got an electrical charge going through her somewhere. The screen on her phone, I can get things to come up and she can't get them going.
Isn't that weird?
Yes.
How come she can still call you at 2 in the morning then?
I think that took great effort. She said she'd been trying to call me for 5 minutes. And she said, "Did you get the calls?" I'm like, "No, I got the call that I answered." And she said, I called you several times. And I said, and so I showed her the call record and she went, "Yep, once." And I'm like, "Yep." I said, "Your fingers don't work. I keep telling you that." So, yes, but everything worked fine. And you're very welcome. If you want to send a get well card to 37 Boxford Road, please feel free, because I really reckon she'll be home sooner rather than later. I think so. Don't you?
I do.
So that's us. We're going to have a super weekend. We're going to do lots of stuff. I'm not sure what we're doing this weekend.
I know what I'm doing.
Right, okay.
Tomorrow morning at 8, I'm supposed to be at Meredith Farm with my braiding fingers ready.
Oh, bad luck.
Is that bad?
Which
can't even braid my own hair.
doing?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know, but
well, if it's Chester was having an absolute hooey. I was showing a gentleman the mules, because there's an equine assisted therapy program that we're looking into donating an animal to, and I took him over to see Miss Momo as an example of a 35-year-old lady who was still going, and Chester's like, "You've come to see me?" And I'm like, "Not this time." And he's like, "What, seriously?" So he was kind of disappointed, because everybody was loving on Miss Momo and she's giving kisses and all this sort of thing. You know what she's like. And then the next thing is Chester's like, "Well, watch me." And he's in the air and the back end's skipping. He's like this, "Whoa!"
showing off.
Yeah, showing off. And we were like, "Let's leave now." So maybe it's not him. It might be Sky, the big white horse. Mm-hmm. Everybody loves her. Okay. Oh, yes, and the driveway camera. Janine and I did actually not manage to coordinate, because she went away off to visit the nursing home with yourself.
Yeah.
And she also then went to see her mother. And then we actually crossed as I was coming on the road. She was in one car and I was in the other. I was coming back from doing evening chores in Meredith, and she's going down to Meredith to get ready for tomorrow. We're waving. So we weren't in the same place at the same time once today. Mm-hmm. So, but we will get there, and because we'd like to get the camera that's in that box down there put up in the Deagle, so that we can see up and down the driveway and over to the front of this house and onto the pond. So, and Nick says it's easy.
Yeah, well, maybe sure he does. Like, he can do it, right?
Yeah, I know exactly. He's still moving out of the other house. Yeah. I better leave him to that. So anyway, we will get that sorted. So thank you very much and have a wonderful weekend.